Hey friends, and happy Sunday reset. I am ready for a very busy day. We are going to completely clean this house. We are going to go top to bottom, remove all the decor, and get ready for our next decorate with me. I'm going to start my day with a little AG1 because I'm definitely going to need it today. So first things I want to do is sit down, take a look at all the things I need to do. I need to order some new groceries. I need to get all of my recipes ready to go. And so decided to join me. And since I knew I was going to deep clean this table, I didn't mind. She sat with me. She says hi. If you want to say hi back, give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to pour her some water in her chalice, and then I'm going to get started on the recipes I'm going to make. So the week ahead, get prepared for a lot of rainbow St. Patrick's related recipes. I had all these really fun ideas, and I'm going to be sharing all of them here on my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lauren Nicholson. I love to share all things homemaking, and I would love it if you would subscribe. And if you're returning, it is so great to see you. All right, let's jump into this beautiful day. Now that I have my grocery list all prepared, I'm going to head out and do a little grocery shopping before everything gets busy. I like to go grocery shopping pretty early in the morning, and we're going to get that done. And when I came back, I was really craving something with some savory flavor for breakfast, so I decided to make a little salmon spread for my bagel. I'm just going to add in some red onions. I'm going to let the Ninja dice that up. Then I'm going to add in some smoked salmon. I'm just going to break this up so it's easier to break down. You're going to add in capers, a little salt and pepper. I also added in some chives. You can also add in some shallots. I always love those, but I didn't have any on hand, and this was kind of a last minute idea. And then I'm going to dump in a bunch of fresh dill and some whipped cream cheese. I'm going to let the Ninja just whip that all together, and then I'm going to throw that on a toasted bagel. For me, I like to add on some spicy microgreens. I love the flavor. It brings a little spice to this dish. It is so easy to make. You can also make this ahead of time for an Easter celebration or a spring celebration. Put it in a piping bag and add it to the top of little mini bellinis and or like some cucumber with some fresh herbs on top, and it is so yummy and so delicious. I'm more of a savory gal for breakfast, so this really hit the spot. I only wish I had had a nice giant heirloom tomato. So now that I've had a nice delicious breakfast, I am going to get all of these fruits and vegetables put away. I have not cleaned them yet. We're going to do that the next day, but look at all this beautiful rainbow fruit and veggies. You guys, I have so many fun things I'm going to be making for our family of 6 for the spirit of St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to bring you along with me. I had my kids help me put those things away, so I did not film that. If you're new here, I don't show my children on my channel, but we are going to open it up tomorrow and you're going to see it all and we're going to prep it all together. I cannot tell you how excited I am. Okay, one of the main things I wanted to get done today is really deep clean the surfaces in my house and just kind of overall dust things and get things cleaned. I also wanted to remove the tablescapes because it is a new week and I'm doing a new tablescape every single week. This week, we are going to be doing a green theme bunny garden theme for the front table, and I haven't decided what we're going to do on the back table, but it's going to be spectacular. I can tell you that right now. So definitely hit the subscribe button if you want to see some tablescapes. I also have my floral arrangement coming up for this week, which you guys will see. I'm very excited about. I hope it turns out nice. And then I have a couple DIY projects I wanted to do with that rainbow baby's breath. If you've seen it at Trader Joe's, I am so excited. I got some of it and it is drying in the garage. I have a couple ideas of what I want to do with it, but I have no idea how it'll turn out. But for today, all I want to do is get my house, my canvas, the backdrop to the joy of my memories cleaned and reset. So tomorrow we're going to wake up, have some coffee, make some banana bread. We're going to do some cooking. We're also going to be doing some decorating, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me. All right, let's get these surfaces nice and clean because this house is an absolute mess. Last week was my first full week of leaving the workforce and being a stay-at-home mom to 4 children who are all in school. They actually are, one of which is going to be in high school next year, which is completely wild to me that I have a child going to high school. But it has been a great transition. And there was a time in my life when I actually did stay at home after I had my fourth child. And it was such a peaceful time. I will tell you that was probably the first time I ever leaned into the joy of homemaking. And obviously, well, not obvious because it's not, but my husband and I both have to work. So at that time, I had to go back to work. He was working, and over time, obviously, as you continue to move up in your career, we make, more money, more savings, things like that. So I was able to eventually, at this point, take some time off. I don't think I will never go back to work. Just for right now, I'm giving myself a year off. This was a piece of advice that was given to me from the therapist when I stayed at Miraval. If you're new here, my mom passed away in 2023, and very unexpected and just a very tragic situation. But what ended up happening is what I have learned about myself is if there is 24 hours in a day and I commit to doing things and being productive, and there's 16 potential productive hours, I am going to use every single one of them. So I have found myself working 3 jobs at one point, multiple consulting jobs, full-time jobs, multiple employees. And that was just kind of how I functioned as a person. And when I went to therapy, the therapist at Miraval, I went there for a week for a grief counseling, to kind of like process my mom's passing. And she was the one that said, you need to take a coast year. And a coast year is basically you don't add. If anything, I can subtract. And through strong boundaries, I can give, all of my commitments, more of myself. And it was really hard for me to understand the idea of not taking on more. I have this, this way of just how my natural rhythm is leveling up. And she's like, you enjoy leveling up. I'm like, yes, I do. Like, I'm never one to sit there and spend too much time celebrating my own accomplishments. I'm like, that was great. Okay, what's the next level? And she said, and I wanted to share this with you just in case any of you are in this same place of your life where you may be feeling like you are overwhelming yourself to get to new heights and not realizing that what is this level that I am seeking, or what is this level that I'm currently at, and to really reframe the question of what is thriving in my life right now. And when I looked at my life recently and said, what is giving me life? What is thriving? The one thing that I love the most is my kids, my home, my legacy. I was giving hardly any of my real, genuine attention to. I was working so much. And so one of the things I was reflecting back in my journal, and one of the things she said is, this year, all of which, you guys, I didn't do any of the things this woman told me to do, but we're doing it now. And she said, this year, she wants me to ask questions and not expect answers. Just sit and listen for the answers within. And that was the moment that I realized I absolutely don't want this job. I don't want to continue to advance my career. For once in my life, I want to be where I am with intention and enjoy how far I've actually come. Having 4 kids and having the career I've had is a wonderful thing to celebrate, but it doesn't mean that it has to continuously be this level of advancement. At some point, it's just great. And it was really fun and I really enjoyed it. I'm really, really proud of myself. However, you kind of get in these routines, I think, as people where we don't take a moment we become machines, right? To the process and to the routine and to the expectation. And for the first time in my life, I'm recognizing that I don't want to be that person. That's not the legacy I want to live for myself. That's not the legacy I want to leave for my children and my husband and our family. And so this is going to be my gap year where or a coast year, but this is going to be that year where we actually are really intentional about the things we do here on this channel. And I don't feel bad for being at home. I don't think it's a lesser thing. I actually think it's a complete luxury to be able to be at home, be able to love and engage with my family daily, be present, be calm, be peaceful. Everyone I have talked to over the last week is like, you seem like a different person. I'm like, yeah, I really should have taken the advice of my my therapist and just taken a coast year. And I will tell you guys, 2024, I did the complete opposite. And I think I did it to avoid grief. And I think that one of the other things she said to me very clearly, and I wrote it big in my journal, is if you do not slow down, the universe will slow you down. And that didn't happen, but it got close. And adrenal burnout is a real thing. And the depths of unhappiness and the way that I was feeling in this time of my life became unbearable. I will share about it a little more each time, but I thought I was reading that excerpt from one of my therapy sessions at Miraval, and I just wanted to share with you guys how impactful that was and how I completely disregarded it. It didn't do anything she told me to do. But we're starting now. And yes, it's a little late. I started it at the end of February after I said I wasn't going to get a job, and then I did, and I changed my course, and I am sticking with it. We're taking a coast year, and we're just going to enjoy the simplicity of the things that bring us joy. I'm not going to take on anything else. I'm going to feel comfortable saying no and having strong boundaries and habits that design the life that I want to live and show my children and share with you guys. So if you like all that, hit the subscribe button. Tell us in the comments down below, have you had a coast year and how did it affect your life and your happiness? I've been in the market for some new stools for this room. The ones I used to have, I actually gave to one of my best friends because she needed stools, and they fit so perfect in her house, and they were a little bit short for this particular bar. I don't know why they made this bar so high, but it is so high. I can't find stools that are actually that tall. But if you know of some very tall stools, please put them in the links in the comments. You guys give me the best advice as I'm kind of going through this house. I am starting to feel very at home here, especially with some of the new colors we're looking at painting. I have some very fun projects. I am redoing the guest bathroom, or I guess it's like the water closet, I think they call it, in the hallway, which I'm really excited about, and I just feel very inspired. Plus, I've got the time to really be intentional and not just, before I would see things at Home Goods or whatever and just buy them and then bring them home and be like, oh, I like that for a week. Why did I buy that? Now we're not doing that as much. So I am excited to do days like today where we actually take all of the decor down. I'm going to remove everything from the surfaces pretty much and just spend a couple days enjoying the space and deciding kind of what I want to do next. I definitely need to get a new refrigerator. Our refrigerator is being very fussy and it's like 20 years old. I think it's the original refrigerator to this house, which was built in 2001. Because all of my girlfriends who live in the neighborhood, if I go to their houses, they have the exact same refrigerator. I'm like, okay, it's not just me, except for the ones that were smart enough to redo their kitchens. But eventually we will spend some time redoing this kitchen. The high school that my son is going to is so close to this house that I kind of don't want to leave this house for quite some time because all of our children will go there and they could ride their bikes. Eventually, we can carpool with other parents. Like it's kind of a great setup for us. So it's making me want to invest more in this house where oftentimes I feel like I just want to move. So anyway, we're going to do a little cleaning here. We're going to get this room reset and we're going to love a little bit on Henry because he is just being so cute and wonderful. I'm also going to move my Aura frame into the kitchen because I realized when I was doing dishes, I was constantly looking outside, and if the chickens or the cats weren't playing out there, I would get a little bit bored, and I thought how lovely it would be to have my Aura frame right where I do the dishes so I can look at all these beautiful pictures of friends and family. These are such wonderful moments in the day where you just sit down and enjoy the cats. And I was loving on Henry. I could tell everywhere I was walking in the room, he kept staring at me. I'm like, he obviously wants me to come over and give him all the attention and lovies. And when I was doing that, Tuna got jealous and came over and asked to join us. So Tuna and Henry actually don't get along super well. I mean, they're fine. They coexist. Like they can sit this close together and not like fight or anything, but they kind of have a rivalry for attention. So this is one of those moments where you got to spread the love and joy with the cats. But I'm going to give them a little lovey. And then I wanted to get kind of the couch area cleaned up. I really want to deep clean this couch. I'm going to try to do that once a month. I haven't done it and over a month, so we need to do that. And then Pepe got jealous, so we had to give him all his lovies. I don't know where Enzo was at this point, but I just think these animals are just so silly. But it is really nice to just take a moment where otherwise I'd be like, I got to get this done, I got to do that, I got to do this. Well, I don't have to do those things. I can actually take a moment and enjoy the animals and just have a peaceful day of resetting the house, resetting my mind, resetting the pets. It was just such a lovely little moment in the day. I was so happy to see all of the floral arrangements that we make each week have been lasting so long. This floral arrangement I did in very early February, and it is still going strong. And we are like, we're in March. I was so impressed with how, gosh, I promise you, if you are into florals, please check out Trader Joe's where you live if you have them. But they have the best florals ever. They last so long. I get so inspired when I check out their little floral section. But anyway, I'm going to tidy up this area. I was going to keep those florals, but I decided to let them go. Again, I really want to declutter this space so I can kind of see what the next vision of it is. I do think at some point I want to change out this coffee table. It's very large in this space, but it's still got that French country vibe. I asked my husband if we could sand it down and just make it a little less, there's some red, like a red tone to it that I just don't love. But if we could sand it down and give it more of like an oak finish, I think that'd be really beautiful. Or make it the color of these, like this kind of chestnutty brown color, I think would be really pretty. But anyway, we will get there at some point. I have a list of about 1,000 projects, and one of my kids made that beautiful tulip, and I thought that was so pretty. She was looking at a tulip in one of our floral arrangements and drew that, and I thought that was so beautiful. So the last thing we need to do is a quick vacuum. My Robo Rock is still on the fritz, so I have been the Robo Rock this week and will continue to do so. I'll probably end up bringing my Dreamy down. It's upstairs because it does so well up there, but we'll figure that out. Not a big deal. So as the day is coming to kind of the midpoint where I'm going to start thinking about dinner, I wanted to set the mood in the house, which is turning off the upper lights, turning on all of my lamps, and then adding some good scent to the house. We're going to get the diffuser going. I want to light some candles, and I also need to break down the main dining room table, which we have been absolutely loving, but it's a new week, so we need a new tablescape, and I cannot wait to show you. It will be the next video. I thought I'd show you how everything looks with the house pretty decluttered. Henry has not moved all day. He has been living his best life, and I love that for him. He's certainly taking a gap year, and I'm right there with you, Henry. We'll do it together. So here's how the fireplace area, I removed everything so I could get a vision of kind of what I wanted, and I will tell you, it just feels so peaceful in this corner. I removed all the florals from the tabletops just to kind of reset the space. I've got some great pillows still here. We're still rocking those greens because it's St. Patrick's Day is coming up, so we're definitely going to be keeping those. I have a beautiful candle going, and it just feels so peaceful. I feel like I can breathe in the house. I do need to do a little mopping. I didn't have time for that. As you can see, the sun is starting to set. I've got a little bit of dishes still to do, and I have my aura frame there so I can just see. I love when my friends and family send photos because it pops up and it lets me know, and I just love that thing. Anyway, so we're going to have this room to reset at some point. And then the other room, we're going to do a little reset as well. That will be the next video I do. I don't know that I will post every day. I wish I had a better schedule, but I just kind of, like I said, try to take each day one day at a time, not get too far ahead of myself, not commit to things that I can't deliver on. When I say I'm going to do something and then I either don't do it, which is rare, or B, realize that I just don't think it's worth the time, the juice is not worth the squeeze, if you will, I tend to get stressed out because I feel like I'm not doing what I say I'm going to do. So today was a great day. We got the house clean. It feels fresh. The house smells amazing. I will link my favorite diffuser drops down below if you're looking to find something great for your house. And today was a great day. No complaints. I cannot wait to start dinner. I've got a couple of my son's friends here, so I figured we'd do a burrito or fajita bar, and I'm just going to get started with that. So to get started, I'm just going to season some carne asada and some chicken. My husband's going to throw that on the grill, and then we're going to prep all the veggies to grill out or to saute. I'm just going to be doing fajita mix, and then the rest is just kind of like beans and salad and tomatoes. That way the kids can kind of pick and choose what they want, and then we are off to a basketball game. Here's everything for our little burrito or taco making night. We've got carne asada, chicken. We're going to chop all that up in a minute. I have a little fajita mix, some beans, cheese, a whole bunch of different veggies. I got jalapenos fresh, and I also did a little salsa and some guacamole. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Here are all the things we have to look forward to tomorrow when we start making all of our fun dishes for St. Patrick's Day. I am so excited. We're going to be making rainbow hummus. I'm just so excited. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video real soon. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this wonderful time in your day with me. Tell us in the comments down below, how are you doing? And I'll see you in the next video real soon. Bye.